Corona documentaries. Shout out to my boy Javon.ca, an absolute visionary. Anyways, I'm gonna answer some of these questions. So, who are you and what do you do? My name is Boyd Reid, and I am the co-founder and COO of Hopin Technologies. And what we do is we work with companies to help get their employees to and from work with the uses of our shuttle services and logistics planning software. In your mind, do things become real? Well, things became real around my birthday. When I was in and around the streets of Toronto and just how empty places were because people just did not want to be in public. And then soon after that, Justin Trudeau announced the social distancing, now physical distancing, and really brought to light, that this is a serious cause and it should be taken seriously. And that's where it became very, very real for me. What were the first things on your grocery list when you realized this pandemic was a real thing? So my family, they raised me to always be prepared for things, not necessarily like an epidemic like this, but for like power outages and natural disasters and stuff like that. So we always had, stuff stocked up, so trying to food and stuff like that. So we weren't concerned about that. But for me, what was important were I love those arrowroot cookies, and now that I was going to be home all the time, I stock up on those. And also the M&M's spicy chicken breasts, because what I do is I make my own little Chick-fil-A style chicken burger, and I had to make sure I stocked up on those. On a scale of 1 to 10, how prepared do you think you were? What do you think you could have done better? I think I was as prepared as I could be. It's unprecedented times, so it's hard to be prepared for these kind of things. What I could have done better is maybe react a little bit more cautiously. In and around my time where it was when the rumblings were happening, around my birthday. So what I could have done is be a little more cautious about that. But I'm healthy. My family's healthy. My friends, close friends, are all healthy. So thank God nothing happened. But I could have been a little bit more cautious in the early days. How has this impacted your work/business? So for Hopin, what we had to do is we wanted to be cautious about our reaction. So what we did was we now currently have no shuttles on the road, transporting employees. We wanted to make sure that we reacted on the safe side of things instead of trying to push through it. So a lot of our deals, a lot of our shuttles, a lot of our operations were put on pause or halt. And especially as a startup, it kills the momentum, and that can be devastating. But what it did was it forced us to pivot, and now we're looking to close a contract in the coming weeks, and we're looking to get shuttles back on the road again. What are you doing with your time now that you have a break? I am still working, but I do have a lot more free time. What I do is I'm learning Spanish on Duolingo. I'm getting my Smart Serve. It's free, by the way, in April. So if this comes out during April, hopefully that people can react and get onto that. I'm also working out at home, set up a little bit at home gym. Been playing a ton of video games, some Call of Duty Warzone, Fallout 76, Borderlands 3. And also just catching up with friends, phone calls, video calls, losing this time because we have the time to connect now. What do you think caused this? Well, I'm not a big conspiracy theorist. I like to try to go on things that are real and tangible and has facts backed with it. So three reasons why I think what caused the reaction it did was one, the virus itself and how it's transmitted, combined with two, globalization and how small the world is, how people can travel across the world in 10, 12 hours, which also means that germs and diseases can travel just as fast. And three, I think there was a slow reaction, especially what we saw in China, um, for this massive um, spread of the coronavirus. Combine that with the Chinese New Year, where there's tons of people interacting, millions of people at a time in small spaces, it spread quite quickly. And I think, China had a little bit of a delayed reaction to it in terms of maybe trying to cover it up or whatever they're trying to do. But then that helped spread it with China. And then obviously, like I mentioned with globalization, it's helped spread across the world. Assuming your cause from seven is correct, what do you think you could have done to change? I think it's unprecedented times. I think a lot of governments tried their best and organizations tried their best to react without trying to spook the population, but it got to that point. Um, Personally, what I think and what I've seen in videos as well, people talking about this way back, not even now, but years ago, Obama, Bill Gates, and other world leaders and thought leaders talked about the need for investment when it comes to medical research and medical infrastructure. Um, Personally, I think there's a ton of money invested into the military, and I think some of that money can be transferred into medical research and medical infrastructure. You can't shoot, you can't nuke a virus, that's affecting people globally. But what you can do is be better prepared with technology and innovation and medicines and potential vaccines, um, with better medical research and infrastructure. What's been the funniest thing you've seen so far related to the virus? Um, I love the internet. I love that they're able to make light of things or dark of things, even though it's quite serious. I think things should be taken seriously, like the coronavirus, but I think it's also important to laugh. Some of the funny things I've seen, uh, you know, the coronavirus by Cardi B, I think was hilarious. And I also think just people who normally create content are at home now and they have nothing better to do. So we're seeing an influx of ton of content, whether it be from Twitter, Instagram. I'm trying to stay off TikTok, but even from TikTok as well. Um, I think that is amazing. Where can people find you? Where my Instagram handle is Alexander the Almost Great with two T's at the end. You can also reach me by email, wouldareid@gmail.com. If you have any questions about Hop In, about how to transport your employees safely, or also you just need help with your commute, you can email me at boyd, BOYD, at hopintech.com. Again, shout out to Javon, you're a visionary, bro. Looking forward to see how this turns out.